Hey everyone, I'm Sister4 here, and today we're going to continue on with some more Crash Nitro Kart for the Nintendo Gamecube. Oh, what? I think you can hear that from the gamepad? That's crazy. Okay, you can hear it from the game now. Alright, so first let's open this door up, because I do feel like I might have missed something there. Nothing like super important, like to the story or anything, or even to the adventure at all, but like something I found a little bit interesting with the game, with how the game was made.
Yes.
Alright, so where was it? I was just facing it earlier. Ah, here we go. I think this is, Android. No. This is, there we go, Assembly Lane. Android Alley is next. So yeah, the Switch presentation. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Like, I just want to see what you guys think of the presentation, period. Like, it could be overall thoughts, it could be a detailed version with like some important points that you think might be something that you could consider important on your decision to purchase the Switch, or pre-order it in this case. The games, of course. Anything. I just want to see what you guys think. Because I know for a fact that I'm going to be hyped as crap to finally play a new Bomberman game that isn't crap zero.
Excellent.
But you know, now that I think about it, since the whole virtual console thing is starting to bloom, with like, you know how the Wii ended up becoming quote-unquote virtual console. Like, I don't know what I could think of like the Wii being considered actual virtual console, but whatever. What I'm trying to say is like the Switch actually having Wii virtual console, possibly GameCube. Like, this is all the stuff I need to think about when it comes to any virtual console purchases. But enough about the Switch, because there's this one other title, not ARMS. Like, I'm super stoked to get ARMS, but that's not the title I'm thinking of. Like, I think it was Snip Clippers, I think it was called. I'm not too sure on the titling of the game, but all I know is it's like this little co-op game where you play as like these little shapes, and you have to do like certain objectives with it. They showed this off at the Japanese, it's not necessarily Treehouse event, because, you know, I don't think they call it that there, but it's like, essentially, they're showing off more of the Switch when they, after the Treehouse event finished for the Americas. Not sure if Europe has a Treehouse as well. I'm pretty sure they do. If you guys do, hit me up with the info. Hopefully it's good, just as good as ours, if not better. But man, the Switch was pretty much everything I pretty much expected, with my skepticism when it comes to all the rumors and everything, and more. Like, and more on top of that. And the best part about it, no more goddamn rumors. It's finally over. It's finally over. Now, yes, I am aware that like entirety of rumors of Switch, at least like in terms of the games, don't stop, because well, we still got a lineup of games to take care of. The fact that the whole year lineup, like not just the launch lineup, the launch is kind of weak, but like it's not gonna bother me since we have a whole year of other types of games out there now. We're not limited to like specific titles that don't live up to like any different expectations. And how come when he crashed into me, it doesn't hit? Is there a specific hitbox where that doesn't hit you? Anyways, I'm pretty much stoked that we're finally getting something. Ooh, almost got hit with that. Like, freaking, I wonder if whatever Animal Crossing-ish title is gonna come on the Switch. Whether it be like a main title, another spin-off of some sort, anything. Just please make it like actually good though. Because I freaking love Happy Home Designer. I love that to death. Like it was almost up there with New League, but that was mainly out of the the house building concept, like aspects, not necessarily like gameplay itself. There were some interesting missions though, with, like the buildings and everything. I got to retry it. You know, like I restarted my save file and I still like it. Everything's in my control with that. But then there was a Amiibo Festival, and truth be told, even that I didn't hate it. Like it does. What is it? It is still kind of like a fat game though, and the fact that it's slow, because when you need anything done in that game, like any event and something like that, you have enough time to strategize on the game, but the pacing of everything, having the strategies in mind, and even the stock markets, they all just played a bit too slow for the taste. I honestly think if they do end up trying it again for some weird reason, like if they actually think, let's see what happens if we try this again. I want them to make it where there's more of the Animal Crossing centric events in the game, because a lot of the events that weren't in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival were just tied to the ones that land on specific spaces. Even some newer ones that I like, but it was just for the sake of when you land on a specific space. It's kind of like Monopoly actually when you think about it. Animal Crossing themed Monopoly. Land on a good space, you get a good event. Land on something bad happens. There's no jail in that game though, so the most that jail is pretty much being hidden in poverty and not even having any good happy points with it. There's a lot I can discuss about this game. I didn't dislike it, but I definitely think there was a lot, and I mean a lot, left to be desired. And that's just the boards. I'll talk about the mini games in the next course. Now for the mini games. The quiz. Now the quiz was actually pretty interesting when you have someone else that like studies up on some of the Animal Crossing knowledges and like those kinds of informations with. But if you don't, it could be either something like super easy or something you pretty much would just have to look up. And if you need to look up something on the quiz, then that's gonna suck, because there wasn't much left to it after that. I'm not saying it got tedious, because like it did like get a bit repetitive with the questions sometimes. Now for the other two mini games that I know a lot of people know about, of course the Desert Escape. Was it the Desert Escape or Island Escape? I forgot about it since it's been a while. I didn't even get to play the one that's on New Leaf either, so forgive me on that. The Island Escape was pretty interesting. Like you have to make sure that you have the right amount of what was it called? Like I usually call it rations, but it did go from an official name. I forgot about it already. Like I forgot about the title. It's easily one of the more fun things about the game. But ultimately, like all the mini games, as I'm pretty sure a lot of you know by now, are kind of tied to how many happy points you get from playing the board game a lot of times. And I mean a lot of times. You can't speed up the process by having a second amiibo in your hand, because the game can pretty much be played with just yourself. It's just the amiibo that you have to take care of. Come on, give me some more missiles.
Stay out of my way if you know it's good for you.
No, thank you.
Yes, yes.
There were the other two mini games, like not the other two mini games. Was there other two or other three? Yeah, the other two mini games. The one where you have to get a specific card to to like either hit or pick up something. The one about the island where you have to launch a villager and make sure you get on the highest point possible to get the most points. Stuff like that, that would have been better if they just executed it without the necessary need of an amiibo. But even then, even if they took out the whole thing about the amiibo, the game still would have been a bit empty in repetition hell, mainly because of the fact that all the stuff you have to do is locked behind the main board. So you have to play that over and over again to still get the minigames, to still play that with simple controls. Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever played. Like, most of you guys already know what the answer to that is. But it's just, they could have done so much better with that. Anyways, that's enough about Amiibo Festival. I think there's like half of the course left. I probably will just talk more about the Switch on the next course, but... Well, actually the next course is the boss, but... My point still stands. When I got all sidetracked for Amiibo Festival, whatever they have for the Switch, if whether they try Amiibo Festival again, which I'm highly certain they won't, or another type of spin-off, maybe a racing type? Oh wait, no, they already have that one. It's called Mario Kart 8. If they have one that's like, either racing or just another mainstream title, whatever they do, I really hope it's good.
So you know, very few racers have ever won all 12 trophies. Yes, they deserve it. But now, they must face my finest racer, Geary, champion of Teknee, the pinnacle of robotics. Isn't that right, Geary?
Only a robot can achieve perfection in motion. I will demolish it! Oh, what a mess! Can't have that in, can we? Now, where was I?
So hey, what's up? Alright. The main thing, I think, is the major concern about everyone. Like, that everyone has. Not about everyone, my bad. That everyone has when it comes to the Switch, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you, or at least some of you at most, would agree to, is the pricing point. Not necessarily the Switch itself, but like the accessories and stuff like that. We don't even know, like, there's this whole thing about the whole paid online thing, but I'll get to that later. There's this whole thing where, like, if you want to get a Pro Controller, you have to pay like almost $70 for it? 70? And a little bit off topic, but like the new Super Bomberman R title is like $60. I mean, the story has to be packed to warrant that kind of pricing. At least I think so. And Bomberman titles, if you know that I've played like the Bomberman Land titles, the like Wii, I haven't done PSP yet, but like some of the older ones like on PS2 and stuff like that. I haven't done those either, but I don't think I can get to those. All I'm saying is, like, the story is not necessarily the most, in terms of length, the most content filling of the whole game. So, and the story in this game goes back to the old roots. It's not like Bomberman Jetters or anything like that. So you gotta be thinking, what could warrant that $60? Because it can't just be the online and multiplayer. The stuff that gets carried, even Bomberman, it used to be called Bomberman Live at some point in the Xbox, but I think the PS3 version of it called it Bomberman Blast, like that as Bomberman Blast. I gotta check back at it. I'll put subtitles once I do. But yeah, back on the Switch. Is this the last stop already? Okay, it is. Like the accessories cost a ton. Like, I can understand that there's a lot of technology put into the controllers this time around. Like, I can understand that. which is why I'm not like gonna be all like, I don't see why they would charge that much. I can see why. I'm not oblivious to technology and its costs. But there's also the whole paid online thing. We don't even know how much that's gonna cost yet. And the service, at least from its presentation, doesn't seem like there's much to justify it being paid. And if any of you know how Xbox Live worked out, at least Xbox Live Gold, because there's a lot you can do with the silver membership of Xbox Live, but Gold was just so you can like play online, and that was pretty much all it served. PlayStation Plus is probably still the best out of all three, because at least with PlayStation Plus you got game deals and everything.
My key! How did I lose? I know Teknee like the back of my hand! It's dirty! This whole place is filthy!
Giri, you have failed me. As punishment, you must clean the trophy podium. And when you're done with that, you will clean the entire Coliseum. You now have all 4 champion keys. And with these, you can now challenge the most accomplished racer in the entire galaxy. Me. And I never lose.
I don't think so, pal.